want you to have props for this practice. I don't know exactly what we'll end up using, but let's have 2 blankets and 2 pillows for sure. If you have a bolster, you might want to use that. If you don't have a bolster, it doesn't matter. We'll just use a couple pillows. And our first order of business will be taking the bigger of your 2 blankets, or maybe they're the same size, but one of your blankets and covering your entire mat space with it. So opening the blanket so that there's space over your mat and on the sides of your mat. So you have softness around you, right? I'm on this hardwood. If I were on carpeting, it might not matter that much, but it's nice to have something soft around for this practice. Cool. Once you've got that, you will either take, I'm going to use a bolster because I have one. So if you have a bolster, you can lay it towards the back of your mat, like so. And if you don't have a bolster, that's totally fine. Just take 2 bed pillows and stack them on top of one another and place those at the back of the mat. We'll be starting this practice out more restorative. Yin is also restorative in nature, but it is also often more sensational. So I want to start us off in a really supported place that promotes some really deep relaxation and just acts as like an entry point to our practice today. Please also have your second blanket, and this will be used for head support. So you will fold your blanket in half or however it makes sense, and just put that towards the back of your bolster or your couple pillows, and you can adjust that once we do lay back. So one thing I really want to just bring into the practice today is an awareness of the state of practice. So we have our waking consciousness, we have our sleep states, which we spend a good amount of time in, although it's unconscious for the most part. And then we have our waking consciousness, which is what we would describe our life to be, right? Like this is our waking consciousness is our life, even though we are living when we're sleeping also. It's just different state of consciousness. And there's this practice consciousness and this awareness that starts to open when we take discipline. And in our yoga nidra practice, which we'll move into at the end of this practice, but even in states of restorative and yin, we drop below the waking consciousness into deeper states. I mean, as soon as you close your eyes, your alpha waves kick in and everything becomes more, we become more aware almost immediately upon doing that. The sight sense is so strong that when we take that away, everything else becomes extremely bright. And there is this ever-present sea of consciousness that is existing and holding all of our states of consciousness. when things are really chaotic, there is still a massive still space or still point that holds those waves. And I have found over years of practice and places where I do multiple practices a day also, that the more time we spend in the practice consciousness, in the states that we enter in practice, just like the more that becomes normal as a way to experience our lives or like associate ourselves with. And so getting into these states frequently is just like so super, super important. And I think that we could talk a lot about why that's important and what starts to happen when you spend time in those states, but the only way that we really experience practice in our life and what happens as a result of it is to do it, is to be in it, is to be in practice every day, to let these subtler states of consciousness come into our life on a regular basis and experience from that what starts to shift and change how our behavior, our decisions, how we live in our life move from that simple act of expanding ourselves regularly into the space of practice. So this is our experience and our reason, like our very deep reason to continue to explore. And then it actually is miraculous, like a miracle. So we will start in a supported back bend on this bolster or your couple pillows with this blanket here. And I like to bring about 4 fingers or even all 5 of them from my pinky to my thumb, from the bolster to my sacrum, or from the pillows to your sacrum, so you're not at a really intense arch. And you can bend your feet or bend your knees with your feet on the ground just to kind of help yourself back onto the bolster. And once you're there, you can take the pillow that's underneath your head, or the blanket that's underneath your head, and just adjust it so that it feels really comfortable. Now, I'm going to cactus my arms out to the side so that there's a bigger stretch kind of through the heart space. You could also place your hands on your hips or let your arms rest out to the side with the palms facing up, more like Shavasana. So just feel into what makes sense with your arms. And then for your legs, you could allow the knees to knock together with the heels wide and the toes turned a little bit in, or you could extend your legs straight forward, which is also a really nice option. Also, if you are interested in listening to some music, of course, if you're already in this posture, you're going to have to get out of it, but you can definitely turn that on and make your way, back here. I also really enjoy this practice without music. It's nice to tune in to just really what is around us. So just see to it in these first few moments that you feel comfortable, that the back bend isn't too big, that your throat isn't too exposed, that you feel properly supported, that there's no pain. That you can fully exhale, fully relax back. Take a few moments to maybe breathe bigger and exhale really big and let yourself get dropped into this space. Feel your back body open up to the support that's underneath it, allowing very deep softening or opening, even a sensitivity to being here, to being present on the blankets, pillows, to being present in the room that you're in, temperature of the air, any subtle sounds coming from outside of the space or even inside of it. Just picking up the details of the now. Allow the belly to soften. And just take notice of what has immediately happened to your state of being now that you are laying back here in this state and consciously entering practice, right? So you have made a choice, a commitment even, to restore yourself and take inquiry at the same time. To have the courage really to connect with the piece of yourself that is deeper and more still than the personality, problems, changes of our life. And notice if there are any joint spaces or muscular activity that feels like it's clinging. It's some kind of tightness or grip in the body, and even just by bringing your awareness to it, can it open, soften, relax? No problems here. Really letting ourselves open to truth by being, not even by looking for it. About another minute here. And now here, just bringing your awareness back into your body without moving anything yet, just noticing how your experience has shifted in this one simple posture. Welcome yourself into your practice or into your awareness from this space. And then let's take a big breath in and out. And then please take your dominant leg, bend that knee and stand the foot on the ground. And reach your arms forward so that can hold the back of the thigh. You might pick up that leg and breathe in. Use that leg to bring your chest up right to sit. And then from here, straddle your legs a little or a lot, right, out to the sides. Let's remove the pillows or the bolster from behind you. Let's take it right out of your way. And then take your two pillows and bring them forward and press them right up into your belly space. All right, so really get them in there. And you could even take your second blanket and lay it on top of those pillows as well. So we will fold forward, and you can be at any place, right? So you could just bend your elbows and let them rest on the pillows. The backs of the legs will start to open. And if you have quite a bit more space, and even if space starts to reveal itself for you, right, you can move forward so that you fold your chest onto the pillows. The blanket might roll up to have better support for your head, but just find a place where you can land. Maybe you can turn a cheek in one direction or keep the chin down, but just as much comfort as you can through the direction of your head, your back body. And if more space, like quite a bit of more space opens, you could remove a pillow, right? And let yourself come lower, and we'll be here for a couple minutes. Every posture takes a little bit of time to open and drop into. So anytime we switch shapes, just bring your attention onto your breath. Let it circle there. And if you do have your head in one direction, I'll let you know when to switch it. But now give your front body to the support of the ground. You have your cheek in one direction, go ahead, turn it to the other side. And go ahead, take another breath in right here. And let it go out. Very gently, you can slide your hands back to either side of your support here. Just gently press yourself up. You could walk your hands on top of the thighs and even near to the hips and press your thigh bones down. Let your crown grow out, just lengthening the spine. Take a breath. And then you can open your eyes. If they're not, please take this top blanket and toss it towards the back of your mat so that your head will land on it. We will lay down again here, only this time flat. Take both of your pillows and put them on either side of your mat. And you can just slowly bring the knees together, feet together, curl up in a little ball. For a moment, you can hold on to your forearms and just gently press your knees into your upper arms and allow the hip bones to really land in the pelvis. And release that grip and allow your legs to move forward. So when you look at these pillows, they should be right about at the hip space here, somewhere in the middle of them, right? Your hips are kind of in the middle of your pillows. And then you'll just make your way onto your back, and when you're there, just adjust that or make sure that the blanket is supporting your head. And once you're on your back, let's pull both knees into the chest and just have a moment hugging the knees in, maybe holding onto the shins or finding a grip around them and rocking a little bit from side to side, just bringing some easy movement in, and even allowing this movement to massage out the low back, the middle back, and even the upper back, just offering some gentle release from both of those openings that we were in. I think it's interesting that we think we only need relief for there's a tendency, right? We're so extreme that like only extreme action kind of calls for relief or balancing, but these subtle spaces are so deep that when you spend time there, it's really nourishing. Like I'm sure you feel it now, even just a little bit, to give care. Like what does that teach us? We're so fragile. Let's keep the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg long. Let's hold on to the right shin and draw it towards your shoulder. You might even draw it a little bit out to the side. Just kind of feel what is nice for you. You could press forward through the bottom of that left foot a little bit as well. Create a bit of an active opening through the left psoas. Send a couple breaths deep down to your belly. Breathing another one in, and then on the exhale, let's cross the right knee over to the left pillow. You'll keep your left leg long, and you could kind of shimmy the left hip a little bit more under the right. Let the right knee just fall into that pillow. You could cactus your right arm out to the side, extend it out to the side, or bend the elbow and let it rest on your ribs, whichever feels more appropriate. And then please turn your cheek to the left so that you have a soft downward gaze towards the earth as we allow this twist to open in the body, or the body to open in this twist. Find your breath, settle in. Finding another breath in and out. When you're ready here, make your way onto your back, and as you do so, please bend your left knee and cross your right ankle over it. Come into a figure 4 on your back, and once you have that posture, you can slide your hands through the triangle of the leg, kind of pick up the left
knee and the shin, and draw the right ankle towards you, creating a more active opening here. Keep your shoulders soft and allow the breath to move to the belly. And then release the grip on the hands if it's through your legs, and slide your right knee over your left so your knees are crossed. And take your hands onto your shins, your calves, or even close down by your ankles, and draw in from this space. Few breaths here. Again, soft shoulders, soft belly to breathe into. And release your left ankle, extend it long again, and open your right leg to a half happy baby. And allow the heel to fall away from the inseam of the legs, and you could anchor your left leg a little as you press it forward. And create an active opening through the right leg, and maybe find some length in it if you have that space. And take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, form a tree pose on your back. So place your right foot on the left inner thigh and let your right knee open to the side. You can cactus your arms or extend them to side, or even rest them on your ribs. And we'll just receive this shape for about a minute. Finding your breath, letting the body relax. Noticing how energy travels through the body as you activate certain pieces of it. How your attention travels to that activation. Beautiful. Extend your right leg forward and long, and you might rock the foot a little bit from side to side so you feel your hip reset as well. And switching this sequence, let's draw the left knee into the chest. Hold on to the shin there as you gently press your right foot forward. Breathe through the belly, nice and soft. Making space inside of you. Bringing your awareness there, your consciousness as you engage. And just finding another breath here, pulling the knee perhaps in a little bit more, and then as you exhale, let's take the left knee over to the right and find that twist. Once you're here, you could scoot your bottom hip over a little more underneath the left, extend your left arm to the side, or place it on your ribs. And please turn your cheek to the right. Find your breath. Let the body soften. Give it an opportunity to meet this shape. Finding another big breath here. And when you are ready, just gently roll onto your back. And as you come onto your back, bend your right knee, place the foot on the ground, and find a figure 4, left ankle over the right thigh. Once you're nice and even, you can pick up that right leg, grip the thigh or the shin there, and just gently pull it in. Soft shoulders, soft belly. Let the breath move freely. Let yourself continue to feel soft. Quality of presence, quality of consciousness here. Where are you? Let's slide the left knee over your right. So just adjust your hands so that you can do that. Your heels can kind of fall towards your tush. Just hold on to the shins, the calves, or the ankles anywhere, and gently draw them towards you so you feel a sensation in the outside of that left hip. And a few breaths with ease. Opening this to a half happy baby, allowing that right leg to slide forward and take a hold of the outside edge of your left foot as you open it. Pressing your right foot and your right thigh a little forward and down, allowing your left heel to open from the mid-seam of the body. Maybe even exploring some length through the leg as much as it'll allow. And then moving from here into a tree pose on your back. So left foot is on your right inner thigh and left knee just falls into that pillow for support. Arms can come by your sides or a little cactus shape. Close the eyes. Feel all of that energy gather around your hip space. Draw your consciousness down. Notice how sensitive you are. Let's go ahead and extend that left leg forward here, and you can rock the foot a little bit from side to side. And then just for a moment, release the entire weight of the body. Notice, just notice. All right, beautiful. Let's stand the feet on the ground one at a time and just gently make your way through a side and up to sit. Be gentle, but you don't have to go super slow. We will set ourselves up for Shavasana and our Yoga Nidra practice. So more Yoga Nidra practice that is going to, be in a Shavasana shape. Most important thing here is that you feel super, super comfortable. So I would recommend, I'm going to be using this as the top of the mat now, or the back of the mat. One pillow for underneath your head, one pillow for underneath your knees, and a blanket for somewhere over the body. So that can be covering your body entirely, or it could be just on your belly or just on your chest. We will be
motionless for this practice. So I cannot express being comfortable enough. So if you need more than one pillow underneath your knees, you can definitely do that. Make sure that your head is in a pillow. There's nothing hard underneath your head. And then that other blanket can open at least on your hips and belly for some weight, and your arms to the side. Of course, you could cover yourself completely with the blanket, especially if you tend to get cold, or if it's cold in your room. So I'll give you a minute or so just to make your way into this space. And as you find yourself here, I want you to fidget around a bit to kind of get all your wiggles out so that you can really commit to the place that you find yourself in, where you won't have the urge to move because you feel so incredibly comfortable. So you could slide the shoulders down the back and even just kind of like move the hands and feet a little bit. I recommend having the arms a little bit wider than you might for Shavasana, even the feet a little bit wider, right? So you take up more space, you feel just like easier in yourself. So just making your final adjustments and closing your eyes. Just noticing, once your eyes are closed, the state of your breathing. Noticing the quality and how it feels moving in and out of your body. Allowing the belly to soften even more and begin to gently shape diaphragmatic breathing. So the belly is rising and falling with the breath, and the chest is more or less still. Just allowing the breath to continue as it does naturally. Bringing your awareness to your physical body, allowing it to really heavy into the earth space. Giving the physical body over. No control. No holding on. And feeling that let go with trust. Allowing yourself to be totally available to this present moment. No future. No past.
create an intention here in your mind to stay aware. So although we will go into very deep states of rest and even sleep in the body or the mind, our intention is to stay aware and allow consciousness to remain in this space. So just say to yourself 3 times mentally, I will stay aware throughout the practice. And in this staying aware, we allow our consciousness to experience states of profound rest, deep presence, isness, right now, without anything else. No future, no past. And please bring all of your awareness to your third eye center, space in between the eyebrows, and just notice a soft energy cultivating there as you guide your attention to that space. And without doing anything or visualizing anything, just feel the presence. And do that same thing in your throat center, bringing all of your awareness to your throat, just noticing that there is now a presence or an energy there that you've made with your intention and attention. And continuing through the body, feel the same thing in the right shoulder joint. Sense of presence or energy that comes from within. Right elbow, same presence. Right wrist, energy there. Right thumb, energy, but also feel it relax. Right pointer finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, right pinky finger, all relaxed now and full of presence. Same awareness in your right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, and throat center. Feel the presence. Same in the left shoulder joint. Feel the presence there and energy coming from inside the body, creating a relaxation or a softness in the left elbow, left wrist. I'm feeling that presence in the left thumb, left pointer finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, and left pinky finger, all full of presence and also relaxed and soft. Again in the left wrist, left elbow, feeling that presence in the left shoulder, and again in the throat center. Guiding your awareness now to your heart center, feeling that presence, energy alive there within the chest. Bring that same awareness to the right side of your chest, coming from inside the body. Again in the heart center. And awareness now in the left side of the chest. And again in the heart center. Feel the energy once again in your throat center, creating softness. Meeting in the third eye center and just gently resounding there. And feel for a moment all of these points illuminate at the same time within the body. You experience a brightness, and a softness. Feeling the entire body gentle and relaxed. And this awareness throughout the entirety of it. Experiencing this state of very deep rest. And an awareness, a consciousness, filling this present moment, or what is. Feel the body now become surrounded by a soft blue light. A very gentle blue, blue like the sky. And allow that blue, calm light to hold you here in a sweet, spacious suspension. Allowing even some joy to slip through this state of calm. Some sense of serenity from this serene blue light all around you.
without moving the body at all. Bring a sense of that waking awareness into this incredibly still space. Feeling into the truth of this nature. There is something that needs to be heard or felt in this moment. Allow that to move into your consciousness now. And notice how that feels subtly through the energy of your being. Allowing yourself just another moment of deep rest here, letting everything go. And when it feels nice and feels right to breathe in just a little bit bigger, fill your body with that breath. And feel free to move through your fingers and toes, and perhaps even bend your elbows and fold your palms onto your heart and your belly, or just your belly or your hips. And just feel the weight of your own touch, the sweetness of your own touch. And one at a time, bend your knees and stand your feet onto the pillow underneath you or onto the ground. Noticing your breath. Turning over to a side, and curling up for a moment in yourself. And gently over the next minute or so, just make your way up to a nice tall seat, and you can sit on your pillow, your blanket. Breathing into this space, still, quiet, gentle. And just keeping this truth close to you. And gently bringing the palms together at your heart and acknowledging anything else you feel called to bring attention to in this moment before closing our practice. And let's just draw a big breath in together and let it go. Bowing your chin towards your heart and your hands. Namaste.